Hello, everyone. It's 12 o'clock. We're starting our next series at a new time, so hopefully you guys can join us. Today, we're here with Sue Coffin, intuitive numerologist with Healing Numbers 22. And we also have Katie, who is owner of LA Taco, which is a food truck. She's located out of Lewiston, Auburn, but she travels around to all different spots and places. So we're really excited to welcome her today. And today we are doing a live reading. So we're actually going to be showing you some of the calculations that Sue does to come up with all of these numbers that impact us as people. And so we're going to be reading Katie today. Very excited. Before we get started, I just want to say if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to put a comment in and we will try and respond to it before the end of the session. It is only a 15-minute little spot, so if we don't catch you during the live, we will certainly respond to you after. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Sue.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Healing Numbers 22. Welcome, Katie. Thank you very much for joining us and then letting us share some of your information with others so that they can see how a numerology reading kind of works. I mean, we only have 15 minutes, and most readings take at least 60 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes. So, but it gives us a good idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I'm going to put up on the, this is one of the charts that Chelcie and I read. This right here, we're probably is the life tab. And the life path is the stage that we're performing on. This is what we're here to do. We have these characteristics, but we also have this law of attraction, it pulls the energy towards us. And in this chart, it would suggest that Katie carries a 33-6 life path, master number, which is the master teacher. The thing about the master numbers that everybody needs to realize is it's about mastering that master number, which is the 33. And 3 is the creative one, the one who is very good with their words. A lot of times when you have 2 3s together, they're restless, they're very scattered. The 6 is all about family, friends, and community. So her stage is telling me and Chelcie that she's going to be working through her family in order to experience the things that she needs to experience, that she chose to experience when she came here. Right? What do you say, Chelcie? You have anything to say?
Yeah, so the 33-6 is like Sue said, a master number. Those 2 3s that make up that 6, those are kind of important because the 3 on its own, like Sue said, is the communicator. I'm guessing it's probably you might have a good sense of humor, Katie, with those 3s, the kind of the comedian there, and they all revolve around that 6, which is family. So home and family and responsibility and relationships is kind of the main focus, but those 3s make that up, so they kind of influence that 6.
Correct. So let's look at this one. This is what we do in the UK. This is the chart that we were taught when we study in the UK. And in this right here suggests that this is a 24-6, and up here is the 15-6. So when we get together with a client, it is up to us as numerologists to try to figure out how this is vibrating in Katie's life. I don't feel Katie is necessarily a 33-6. I mean, that might show itself at different places, but I find when I work with Katie that she's very grounded. She likes her projects to be solid. She likes to have a plan, which would take me to this 24.
Yeah.
Right? Because 2 is about the group, peace and harmony, keeping everybody solid. And 4 is the grown-up number, right? The one that does the discipline, wants everything done, focused, disciplined. So that's how I feel. But I also, this 15 is very important because sometimes that 15, that 5 in between the 1 and the 6 is saying, I want movement. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. So there's a lot of flip-flopping that can be done in your relationships, in home, because 6 is about relationships, home, family, community. Katie, what do you think?
I was just very intrigued to say that I feel like I have a little bit of all of it in there.
Right. And you do.
Yeah. Because you're right about the plan. I love to have plans and solids, but yeah, I like change, and I'd like to switch things up, but I'm a comedian, and no, I have a really good sense of humor, and I can be very much scatterbrained. So I have a touch of all those numbers in there. Like, is very interesting to hear, because I don't think I've heard the drop down of all the different variations of those. We've gotten into so much with you and I, that sometimes when you hear it brought out a different perspective, we learn more. See, I just learned more.
Right. And that's why one numerology reading isn't always sufficient, because every time we get together, there's more information that comes out. There's so much. If you look at all these numbers are working together. And it's up to Chelcie and I to try to figure that out. And that's through our readings and talking with you and how is it working in your life.
Yeah. And just as a side note, so for those of you who are listening in, so your life path is your birth date. So the month, the day, and the year all added together. And so how we're getting these different numbers is if you add them across, right straight across, you're going to come up with, I believe, the 33, which reduces down to 6. If you look up in the corner of that little kind of V with the little crisscrosses on the paper there, you'll see that they were added a little differently. They were kind of segregated differently. That's the UK version. So it's the same birth date that we're using. It's just in the way that the numbers are being added. And sometimes they come out to be the exact same, and other times they come out to be a little different. And in Katie's situation, she's got a couple that are influencing that number. So it can be a little more tricky to kind of pin down where they're at.
Correct. So if we take Katie's day of birth, the 31st, which is a 4, right? Because we always add the double-digit numbers together to get that single number. The double-digit number is like mother and father. The single number is the child. So it has a little DNA of everything. Helps us to understand how that number works. The 31-4, 4 and 6 get along very well together, don't they? They love each other because 6 wants to take care of the home, the family. So does 4. 4 is the number that's very grounded. If we draw the number 4, we have 4 cornerstones. So it's very solid in wanting to take care of the family. What I would say, if when we read for Katie, is Katie has to be very careful of control. 4 likes to control, 6 likes to control. And sometimes that control intervenes in other people's journeys. And we have to be very careful and pull back because we can't take over other people's journeys. How does that sound, Katie?
Spot on. Well, it's only something that I learned recently, like with working with you, Sue, is because the control was it was hidden slightly in between, my family dynamics of who I was to my family. And I didn't think I was controlling. I just thought I was helping, but it turned out to be, I was just and that's hard, right? Sometimes we don't like to hear about the negative parts about ourselves, but on the up hand, it's now I can navigate my life a little easier by saying I don't have to control all that. I can just let people live their journeys, and but it takes time. It still takes time because it still comes out sometimes, and
of course,
but it's a journey, right? This is the journey that we're on.
Yes, but you recognize it. You know that.
Correct.
That's half the point. That's half of it right there. Yeah. The thing about the 6 is selfless service to other people, right? The best thing that somebody can say to you is, I need you. and you are there in a flash. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll take over. I can fix this. I can just give it to me. Let me fix it. The problem is, after a while, you realize that nobody's helping you, and then resentment steps in, and we kick them off the island. And once they're kicked off the island, then
They ain't
they
coming
don't
back.
come back. They're not coming back. No.
It's so true, because that loyalty is in there, and I go, well, either
Yeah.
you're with me or you're not.
Correct. That's so correct. Yes. Do you
love
have
it.
anything to say, Chelsea?
No, I think the life path we've kind of covered it, and I do want to make a note for any of you that are looking at this and you're like, this is way over my head. This doesn't connect with me. In a normal reading, we don't necessarily share all of the, how the sausage is made. We're doing that today with Katie, just to kind of show you how much work goes into a reading, and all of the information that comes out of it. So next we're going to talk about, we've covered life path. So then we're going to look at the other numbers that kind of make up Katie, because we're not all boiled down to one number. We all have multiple numbers.
As you can see, right, in the charts, it's all a lot of variation that goes in. So the expression number is when we add all the letters together, the full name given at birth, first, middle, and last name. And the expression number, exactly what it says. How do you express yourself on your life path? The heart's desire are the vowels in your name, the soft sounds, what makes you passionate, keeps you motivated, and then the consonants in the name. The hard sound is the personality. What do you project out to other people before you allow them into your heart? This is why we should never judge anybody, right? When we first meet them. And how many times have we met somebody and not really been connected to them? And then the next thing you know, the 2 or 3 times later, you're best friends.
Yeah.
Because they let you into the heart. The energy matched. So anyway, so when we add all of Katie's, all these letters together, we get a 74-11-2, another master number. This one I lean towards. I believe that Katie definitely has this master number 11-2. This is the master messenger. And this could suggest that in growing up, something traumatic can happen. And in this time, used to take this whatever you've been through, and take it out to others for a message to help them and inspire them. Katie definitely has had her fair share of issues, but she's taken that out, and she's helped so many people. Right, Katie?
Yes, 100%.
Get those challenges out in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was a rough go for sure. It was. But being on the other side of it is like, after it's beautiful.
You chose to do
sunshine.
You chose to do that so that you could continue the work that you're here to do, which is being a messenger for other people and to inspire them.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of ideas. The 11 is constantly flooded with ideas, very intuitive, very has a hard time grounding. A lot of times you run around in circles chasing your tail. That's the 11 too. My friend Chelcie down here, she has an 11-2 life path.
I sure do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah.
Lots of challenges.
The nice thing is, about it, you understand it, and that's just a few of the characteristics of it. But now that you know what it's asking of you and what it wants you to do, because once we add the 2 ones together, we get that 2, and that's all about the group, holding the group together, peace and harmony. Really, conflict for you, Katie, is that it's very hard. You don't do well when you have to stand up for yourself. Both Chelcie and Katie.
That's true for me.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Good way to put it. It sucks.
It sucks.
So your heart's desire, what makes you happy? It's the number 8, right? It's up here. Look, 44-8. Holy, another master number, Miss Katie.
I'm like loaded.
You are.
We're loaded.
I came down loaded.
Yeah.
So your heart's desire, you really like structure. There's no doubt about it. When things start to get a little bit wonky, I suspect you have a tendency to shut down because of the 2. Now, 2 and 8, they get along very well. 2, 4, and 8. There are business numbers.
I would say entrepreneur. That 44-8 says to me entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
But in a very structured way. You're not going to just do it willy-nilly. You're going to make sure it's planned to the T.
It's going to work.
Yes.
It's going to work.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I just came into that, about 4 years ago. Actually, 3. Well, it's a solid 3. So, I'm starting to live out some of these numbers now that I've reached 40, and I'm like,
correct.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Numerology is like, I tell Sue, and I want to say it before we get off. It's just, I am more than grateful and blessed that I took a chance on myself to get a numerology reading, to not only like find my people, but to find out about myself and to help navigate myself through a lot of these challenges and to see the cool things, like, hey, I'm on the right path. I am supposed to be an entrepreneur. I didn't make the wrong move, type of thing. It's, so I had to say that because I don't want it to be unsaid. And
thank you.
I think that even if you get a reading, it's not going to be wasteful. It's not. No. You won't regret, type of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
gonna learn something.
Much. Always. Yeah, always. Thank you, Katie. That was very nice. So, what's your personality? What do you project out to other people before you let them in your heart? Well, look at that. It's a 3, a 30, right up here. A 33, 30/3. So, you you can be very talkative. You can be very playful, fun. This is what the 3, when it's balanced, it's very optimistic, joyful, fun, up on stage, play with me. I don't want to, I speak my truths from my heart. I suspect that you're very black and white. There's not a lot of gray area in your words because of this 44-8 and this 11-2. You like to have the information on the table, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Do you have anything you'd like to add, Chelsea?
Oh, me? Gosh, I was just looking at you've got well, possibly the 33-6, but more the 24-6. So you got the 3s from the 33, and then you've also got that 3 personality. So I bet you're a hoot to be around. I think once you, like you said, once you found your people, you are I bet a blast. You're gonna be a fun person to hang out with for sure.
Yeah.
And then that 11-2, I'm assuming very spiritual. And spiritual saying very broad as a term, but just having that connection and kind of wanting more answers and wanting to know more about why we're here and what we're doing, which is probably why you find the numerology really exciting. Is because of that. Yeah.
Well, it's such a good guidance. It's such a good guidance, and like I said, one reading is great. But as we compound on that and our relation gets stronger, I learn more about you and I learn more how the numbers are working. It's just such a wonderful tool in our spiritual tool case, right? We can pull it out daily.
Yeah. And
I'm thinking about getting another one.
Yeah.
I got to get another reading.
Well, Katie is in a monthly numerology review that we do. Chelsea, you want to explain that a little bit?
I was just just going to recommend, Sue does monthly numerology reviews. They can be for just you and Sue, or the really fun way is to do it with a group. So if you have a couple of friends that have interest, I believe you take up to, is it 5 people, Sue? Did I make that up?
No, I've dropped it back because we just have way too
Probably
much
too
fun.
much.
We have too much fun, and it goes into hours and hours.
Yeah,
So
I can
up
see
to
that.
3.
3,
3 is
okay.
good.
So up to 3 people, and you meet once a month, usually on the same, third Thursday or first Monday, or however it is scheduled, and it really helps keep you. It keeps it. If you have just one reading's great. But after one reading, you're probably going to forget about some of the things, that were talked about. The calendar club is a very economical way to have it be part of your life, to see friends that you might not see all the time, which is really exciting, and to just have fun and learn more. And it really keeps the numerology front of mind for, a very reasonable cost. I'm the fan of spreading cost out over, over
All
months.
of us are. It's
Yeah.
tight right now. Yeah.
Great to be able to do that and still be able to do something for yourself that might be, a little more of a want than a need. But it's really, I think I've said before, I would never give up my monthly reviews, because I look forward to them, I enjoy them, and they really help me navigate through life on a monthly basis.
It's a very spiritual hour that we spend together.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It really, by the time we all leave, our vibration is very high, and we're very upbeat, and we're all ready for the month to kick in.
Yeah.
Because energy changes. It's in constant flux. And if we know what it wants from us, then we can lean into it and get the most out of it. And the other thing, the first one is free.
Yes.
So you go on my website. Let me pull my banner up here. And you can go into the numerology monthly reviews and just fill out a little thing, and I will contact you, and we'll figure out the time that we can all get together.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So thank you everyone today for joining. We did that live reading. Like I had mentioned, this was a little kind of peek behind the curtain for everyone to see what goes into a numerology reading. But they're really fun. They really, if you're to do one, it tells you a lot about yourself and how you, things that you know about yourself and things that you might not generally think about that but aren't really forefront. So
the other thing I want to say is, if anybody's watching this wants a reading like this, a live one like this, very quick, reach out to us. Put in the comment or whatever they do, whatever.
Yep, you can write a comment, or if you want, going right through Sue's website to her email. If you put in a message there, we will respond, and we'd love to do a reading. So we love to talk about people and numbers.
Right.
Nice.
Well, I want to thank you, Katie, very, very much for joining us.
LA
You're
Taco,
welcome.
everybody.
Thanks for
LA Taco. LA Taco.
I can't wait. This summer. Tacos.
We'll go find
it's
her.
It's going to be a good
Chelsea.
summer.
We'll go. Yes, we'll get in the car someday. Go find her.
We will. 100%. I will be
all
there.
right, gang. I'll see you all later.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.